I found out my brother has been living in my house for free for 3 years. My brother Derek has always been the family favorite. Youngest of 3, charming, good-looking, the kind of guy who walks into a room and people just like him immediately. I'm the middle child, the responsible one, the one who figured things out on his own. Our parents never said it out loud, but you grow up knowing your rank. When Derek was 24, he called me saying his landlord had sold the building and he had 30 days to find somewhere new. He had no savings, nothing lined up, and our parents were renting a 2-bedroom with no space. I had just bought my house the year before. 3 bedrooms, more space than I needed, the whole thing. He asked if he could stay for a couple months while he got back on his feet. I said yes, because that's what you do. He moved in with 2 duffel bags and a broken floor fan. First month, I didn't say anything about rent. He was family. He needed time to get settled. Second month, he got a job at a logistics company. Decent money. Not amazing, but enough. I mentioned at that point that a few hundred a month would help cover utilities and groceries. He said, of course, absolutely, give him till next paycheck. I said no problem. The paycheck came. Nothing. I brought it up again, and he said he had some unexpected expenses. I let it go. Month 3, he bought a new TV. I saw the box in the hallway on a Tuesday morning. I almost said something then, but I didn't. I told myself it was a one-time thing. Maybe he got a deal. Maybe he'd been saving for it before everything happened with the apartment. This went on for 3 years. I want you to understand what 3 years looks like when you're the one paying. Utilities, groceries, internet, every house repair, every time something broke. I covered all of it. He contributed exactly nothing, but it happened so gradually that I kept adjusting to it. Kept telling myself next month, next conversation, I'll handle it then. And then I didn't. Because Derek was easy to live with when you weren't looking at your bank account. He was funny. He'd cook sometimes. He'd clean up after himself mostly. It was like having a really entertaining roommate who happened to be your brother and happened to never pay. What finally broke it was a conversation I wasn't supposed to hear. I got home early from work one afternoon, came in through the side door because I'd been gardening before I left and didn't want to track mud through the front. Derek was on the phone in the kitchen, laughing, totally relaxed. I caught pieces of it before he heard me come in. He was telling someone, I think his friend Marcus, that he had it made. His words, I have it made, man. My brother never actually follows through on anything, so I just wait him out. Every time he brings up money, I apologize and go quiet for a few days, and then he forgets about it. He's too soft to actually do anything. I stood in the hallway for a second. Then I walked into the kitchen. He saw my face and the laugh just stopped. He said, hey, and tried to play it off like it was nothing. I told him I heard him. He started doing the thing he always does, backtracking, explaining, trying to soften it. Said I'd taken it out of context. Said he was just joking around. Said Marcus asks him dumb questions and he exaggerates. I didn't argue with him. I went upstairs, did some math on my phone, and came back down. 3 years. Conservative estimate on rent for this area, utilities, his share of groceries. The one time I covered his car insurance because he said he was short and it would lapse. I put the number in a text and sent it to him while we were sitting 10 feet apart. He read it, looked up at me, started to say something. I told him I wasn't asking him to pay it back. I told him I understood he didn't have it and I wasn't going to spend my life chasing him for money. But I needed him out by the end of the month and I needed him to understand that I wasn't being soft right now. He tried the family angle, said mom and dad would be upset. I told him to feel free to explain to them exactly how he'd been living for 3 years and what I'd overheard him say about me. He moved out 12 days later, called me 2 weeks after that to apologize, said he'd been embarrassed and handled it wrong and that he appreciated everything I'd done. Sounded genuine, probably was, a little. I told him I appreciated the call and that I'd let him know when I was ready to talk. Then I hung up and changed my Wi-Fi password for the first time in 3 years.